Welcome to Gurukul Live Lectures. In the ongoing series of human resource development, we will be talking more on it. Human resource development refers to a very systematic, strategic process which is aimed at enhancing the employee skills, knowledge, competencies and motivation, thereby enabling them to achieve both the personal career goals and organizational objectives. As a critical factor, these corporate function HRD acts as a bridge between the business strategies and the human capital, which ensures that the workforce is continuously learning, it is continuously adapting and contributing effectively to an organization's long-term profitability and sustainability. In a dynamic business environment characterized by the rapid technological advancements, intense global competition and shifting the workforce expectations, HRD plays a very vital role in maintaining the organizational agility. As we live in a dynamic world, it is very natural that we are facing the different type of environment every now and then. The human resource development makes sure that we are familiar with the environment, we are competent enough to face the agility and also grow and sustain profits. By fostering the professional growth and the sustained engagement, HRD empowers the employees to remain resilient and innovative in the face of evolving challenges and dynamic environment. Now let us talk about certain key HRD initiatives which include what? It includes first the employee training and skills development, that is the structural learning, programs which are particularly aimed at enhancing the technical, the interpersonal and the problem solving skills to meet the job requirement very effectively. Now first we will be talking on the leadership development and the succession planning. We need to identify and prepare the potential leaders to ensure the smooth leadership, transitions and the future ready management. The second we will be talking on is the career development programs, providing the career pathways, mentoring and growth opportunities to align individual aspirations with the organizational needs. Now we talk about the performance management systems, that is implementing the feedback mechanisms and continuous performance improvement practices. Now we talk about the knowledge sharing and innovation, encouraging collaborative platforms, the communities of practice and innovation hubs to capture and disseminate the institutional knowledge, diversity, equity and inclusion, that is we call it as DEI, cultivating a workforce culture that values the diverse perspective and promotes the fairness, respect and equal opportunity. The impact in the era of technology and the globalization, the technological advancements, the emergence of artificial intelligence, that is AI, automation, cloud computing and data analytics demands continuous upskilling and reskilling of the employees. Then of course, the leading companies such as Amazon have invested heavily in the artificial intelligence and cloud training programs to future proof their workforce. Now the globalization and the cross-cultural human resource developments. With the organizations operating across the borders and across the globe, cultural sensitivity, the global leadership development and cross-cultural, they learn collaborations, and it is very essential that the companies like Microsoft and the Google have implemented the global awareness and the cultural competencies program to enhance the multinational teamwork, incorporating the technology into HRD practices such as e-learning platforms, AI-powered talent analytics, and the virtual training environment, which is enabling the organizations to deliver the personalized, scalable and adaptive learning experiences. Likewise, aligned HRD with the global workforce management ensures the creation of an agile, innovative and highly skilled talent pool, which is decisive factor for the long-term organizational success. Now, in the 21st century, the human resource development has actually evolved even beyond the traditional training functions to become a very critical driver of the organizational competitiveness, and the two forces rapid technological advancements and the globalizations. They are reshaping how the HRD is designed, delivered and evaluated. Technological advancements and HRD are also very closely related to each other. Modern workplaces are increasingly dependent on the technologies such as artificial intelligence, automatic cloud computing, data analytics and machine learning. These changes demand even the workforce that is technologically literate, adaptable and innovative oriented. We want, under certain circumstances, when AI is evolving, the cloud computing is showing its colors, the data analytics is just done in seconds. There is a real time data, big time data analytics taking place. There is a machine learning, this is Internet of Things. So many things are happening, and under these changes, it actually demands a very severe changes in the environment also. Now, when you talk about changes in the environment, we talk about the changes in the skill sets of the workforce also. The people who are technologically literate also, they have to be adaptable, they have to be innovative oriented, and they should know how to change the data into the automatic setup and do the analysis accordingly. Needless to say that upskilling and reskilling are the prerequisites to be live player in the playing ground of human resources and the corporate sector of today. Now, employees must continuously update their skills to keep a pace with the emerging tools, software and also the system. This is not optional. The technological obsolescence can occur within the months in certain industries. For example, Amazon invests heavily in continuous AI and cloud technological training to integrate its workforce into automation processes, enabling with the organizational efficiency and the workforce empowerment. HRD role in the digital transformation, HRD functions are leveraging the machine learning management systems, that is LMS, the virtual reality simulations and e-learning platforms to make the training even more engaging, cost effective and scalable. Training is no longer location bound. The cloud-based solutions allow the global access to the same high quality content. There is a globalization and the cross-cultural HRD. Globalization has expanded the business arena beyond the geographical borders, creating a diverse and dispersed teams. And it is a new now that the globalization is happening across the world. The people from here and there, they can work anywhere, and there are global workplaces. There is a difference in the culture and there is a cross-cultural HRD functioning. So, under these circumstances, we would say and conclude that borders have nothing to do with the HRD culture of today. It is boundaryless, and definitely owing to all these things, the team which we are working into, they are diverse and they are dispersed teams also, because they are working from home, sometimes they are working on a live platform where the different cultures are working together. So, this has introduced both the opportunities and also the challenges for the HRD. The first and the foremost what we talk about is a cross-cultural competence. The global teams require the employees who can navigate the cultural differences, adapt the communication styles, and build the trust across the varied workforce norms. For example, Microsoft and Google, they provide a structural cultural awareness, diversity, equity and inclusion training to improve the synergy and reduce the miscommunication in the multinational teams. When 2 to 3 teams are working together, so they belong to the different culture, they have their own set of norms, they carry their own cultures when they are even working together. Owing to which there is a possibility that sometimes the miscommunication can happen because what it means a respect in one culture can be a disrespect in the other culture. So, our understanding of the various cultures, the cross borders training are mandatory nowadays to understand and reduce the miscommunication in the multinational, multicultural, cross-border teams. Now moving on to the global workforce management. The HRD now includes the training in the remote collaboration tools, the time zone coordination and the virtual leadership to ensure the efficiency in distributed environment. So, HRD in the era of technological and globalization, we talk about integration of so many factors together to make a synergetic effect in the successful human resource development with the best synergy and sustainable profits. So, the integration of the technology and the globalization in HRD. When HRD integrates the digital learning strategies with the global cultural competencies, it produces a workforce that is agile, that is innovative and that is highly skilled. When you talk about agile, it is like able to pivot quickly in response to the market or the technological changes. When you talk about innovation, it is about applying the new tools and the diverse perspective to the problem solving. And when you talk about highly skilled aspects, it is mastering both the technical and the interpersonal competencies. Now, such integration ensures a long-term organizational success by contributing the benefits of the technology-driven efficiency with the global awareness, cultural intelligent teams. So, these things are very, very important. Agility, it is like a quick changing market. When you talk about the technology or many other factors, the environment becomes agile. Innovative is about applying the new perspective to everything when you talk about the case studies, when you talk about the normal functioning, when you talk about the problem solving. And of course, highly skilled means you have to master the technical as well as the interpersonal competencies. So, this triangle of agility, innovation and highly skilled aspects can actually take the organization to the path of long-term success, which is sustainable and also combining the benefits of technology-driven efficiency with the global awareness and also the culturally intelligent teams. So, let us talk about certain key definitions of HRD by the different scholars. First, we will be talking on Nedler and Nedler way back in 1989. Let's see what he has to say. HRD is organized learning in organizations to enhance the performance and individual growth for the job roles and the organizational success. The focus here is to have a structured learning directly tied to the performance and the career growth. Then we have a Swanson and Holton way back in 2001. He says that HRD develops and unleashes the human expertise through the training, leadership development, and organizational wide learning to improve the performance. And the focus is on harnessing the human potential across the organization. When you talk about the humans, they have a huge potential owing to which it can be harnessed, it can be unleashed by a number of training sessions under the global leadership programs. Then of course, it has to go into the organization, all the sectors, all the levels of management, so that we can harness to the full potential the human beings which are progressing across this challenging world. So, focus here is to harness the human potential across the organization. Now, let us come on to McLean and McLean 2001 definition. It's about HRD, which develops the employee skills, knowledge, productivity for the benefit of individual teams and the organization and society. The focus here is to extend the HRD's impact beyond the organization to the society at large. Then there is an American Society of Training and Development, we call it as ASTD. The HRD systematically uses the training, career development and organizational learning to boost the performance, and the focus here is to be having a structured and systematic performance improvement. Let us talk about the key insights from the definitions. From the above perspectives, there are some common themes which will emerge. The first is your strategic alignment. HRD is a structured and a continuous learning process that aligns the employee development with the organizational objectives. It's not a one-time activity, but an ongoing investment in the capacity building. The next is your performance enhancement. HRD aims to improve both the individual and the organizational performance by cultivating the technical skills, the leadership qualities and the potential. The knowledge sharing and the innovation. The HRD fosters the environment where the mentoring, peer learning and the collaborative problem solving are the encouraged, enhancing adaptability. Now, adaptability in change. HRD strategies must be flexible and responsive to the rapid market, technological and the cultural changes. Now, linking the aspirations with the vision, it connects the employees' aspirations, that is, you talk about the career growth, the skill mastery with the organizational vision, that is market expansion, innovation leadership. Then we have the societal and the economic impact. HRD contributes to the national productivity, employee creation and economic growth by developing a competitive workforce. Then we have the multifunctional scope. HRD spans the training program, the career progression framework, the leadership pipeline and the knowledge management systems, competitiveness and the digital transformation. So, by embracing the technology, the HRD enhances the business competitiveness, which is supporting the innovation and ensures the organizational resilience in a volatile global world. When you talk about agility, changes in the technology, changes in the business competitiveness, we have to ensure that the environment which is inside the organization also is on the same track as of the external organization factors. The environment is changing so fast when you talk about the political, technological, social, economic, everything is changing because of the technological changes, owing to which it impacts very, very deeply the business competitiveness and the level of innovation which needs to be put in so that we are able to take the steps which is on to a step of resilience in this kind of a volatile and the global world. Now, coming on to the scope of human resource development. There is a huge scope of the human resource since it's a wide and a multi-dimensional covering, everything that helps the employees grow, perform better, stay engaged while aligning with the company's long-term goals, HRD does not just train people. It creates a sustainable learning environment, nurturing the talent, and also builds a culture where people they thrive. So considering the scope of the human resource development, we take care of all those activities which make the human resources better, perform better, have better work skills. And it is not only talking about the employees working better or performing better. We are able to sustain the long-term goals in a very sustainable manner. It will help in nurturing the talents, building of the culture where the people will, thrive to the best possible extent. And when you talk about the employee training and development, there is a purpose to improve the employees' technical skills, soft skills, and the job readiness. The technical skills are industry-specific knowledge, such as programming for IT professionals or the machine operations for manufacturing staff. The next is your soft skills, that is having a best communication, teamwork, problem solving, emotional intelligence. Like for example, Infosys runs a large scale onboarding program called InfiTQ, which ensures the new hires are skilled in coding databases, corporate culture from day one. This shortens the time between the hiring and productivity. So, you will onboard only the people with the required IQ levels, with the required technical qualifications, with the required skill sets, what they are expecting from an individual to have. So, definitely the people who are hired, they are having those skill sets. So, the time they are hired and the time they start producing, the time is quite bridged. So, they will start producing to the best possible extent and their productivity will reach the new heights. So, these scope activities are certainly very, very important for the organization because when you talk about a HRD function, it is quite wide. It has its length and breadth and covers so many things around it. So, the spectrum is very large in terms of bettering performance, growing of individuals, aligning the corporate goals, the environment, the technology, the talent and the culture and the cross cultures. Everything is in one frame. So, when everything is in one frame, we need people to thrive, grow and learn. So, human resource development practices includes all these things so that the organization is on the sustainable path. Thank you very much.